John Wolfe reminded me of the Chicago 7 film on Netflix and expressed hope that I might write about it. After I'd finished watching, I felt that I really liked it, and I liked Abby. Of all the Abbies I've ever seen, none of them were any good. This guy got the Abby. It was the best thing for me. I felt that I really liked it, but it was no big thing. I had a bit of an ego reaction over how they wrote me out of one of my favorite bits of personal history. They chose a boring stereotype when the reality was so much more interesting. Bikers, they worked all that out. But even so, I liked it. Then in the middle of the night, as you know, I had an epiphany for which I feel very grateful. It started out with just a clarification of a timeline on the day I got beaten up and the night Rennie Davis got beaten up at the band shell. Now, I had thought that they had happened at the same time. And as a matter of fact, from when I got clubbed, I have no memory of anything except sitting alone in a room watching everybody else, with my arm in a cast, my head bandaged, watching everybody else that night on TV. That clarification of timeline extended to a mother of a general clarification. A mother of a clarification. I don't want to get into details, but my epiphany has to do with guilt. They called me to come to Chicago for the trial. Not the government, our side called me. I felt an obligation to go, but the thought filled me with dread. I shared my fear in a general sense with Professor, who said, "Don't go to that bad place. Stay here and study Taiji." At the time, I thought he intuited the danger involved. But now I think it was something else he understood. That I was carrying enough guilt. I think I still am. When I watched the Netflix film, how Bobby Seale was beaten, then bound and gagged, and even Dave Dellinger got slammed down, I thought, how could the rest of the defendants just sit there and do nothing? And what would I have done differently? I don't know. But I think I would have probably sat there too. Just thinking about it, and I feel an icy hand around my heart. The fear and the guilt. Professor once said that which we relax, the core of our hardness and tension, is fear. But I think often at the core of our fear is guilt. Sure, it's different for everybody, but I think it's the same game for all of us. Don't go to that bad place, Professor said. Stay here and study, because you got a lot of work to do, son. What dissolves guilt? Love. And that is Professor Chang's real game.